Perhaps we are all like mermaids, spending a lifetime learning how to let our souls speak. In a distant undersea kingdom lived the youngest little mermaid. Her grandmother's gentle rules and her sister's songs gave her days their rhythm. She loved to slip into a hidden grotto where she lined up a fork, a glass bead, a rusty clasp, her river of shining human things. Her grandmother always said, "Don't swim to the surface, child. Humans are both curious and afraid of us, and sometimes curiosity turns into harm." But the more she was forbidden, the more she longed to know what kind of light lived in that forbidden world. That warning turned into a question, rising quietly inside her. That night, she could no longer hold back. Each rising wave seemed to lift her heart higher. When silver light shimmered above, she reached out, touching the edge of the sea for the first time. The world felt so close, she could hear her own heartbeat. Peeking above the surface, she saw a ship glowing softly in the dark. It was her first time seeing humans, laughing, dancing, raising their glasses. Lantern light scattered across the waves like pieces of gold, and music drifted gently through the wind. She watched it all, feeling as if she were secretly peeking into a dream that didn't belong to the sea. And then she saw him, a young prince, his smile bright as the morning sun. She didn't know him, yet something stirred inside, as if fate had gently tapped on her heart beneath the waves. She didn't know where that feeling would lead her. She only knew her heart could never return. A storm rose, and the ship trembled. She saw the prince fall into the dark waves. Without hesitation, she swam through the surge, lifting his heavy head toward the nearest shore. At dawn, she hid behind the rocks and watched as people found him. She could not be seen. She only watched the light, feeling something wordless awaken inside her, as if that light now lived in her too. Then she slipped back into the deep. She swam back into the sea, but her heart stayed above the waves. She had saved him, yet could leave no name, no trace to be remembered. The lights in her grotto still shimmered, but they felt like illusions. She touched the gleaming pieces of her treasures, feeling only emptiness. And for the first time, she understood. Some distances can't be crossed, no matter how fast you swim. For days, she swam near the surface, watching the waves shimmer beneath the distant sky. A thought kept growing inside her. If I had legs, could I step into that bright world of laughter? She remembered the story of the sea witch, who could turn anyone into a human, as long as they offered something most precious. Some gave their laughter, some gave their memories, and some gave their voice. And me? She wondered. What would I have to give? The thought tightened in her chest. To reach that light, she might have to leave herself behind. Was such a wish truly worth it? And just then, a gentle glow began to bloom in the dark water. From the depths below, a gentle light swam upward. At first, she thought it was only a reflection, until the light took form. Luan, the unicorn mermaid with rainbow mane. Luan said nothing at first, simply sat beside her. The sea grew still, as if the whole world paused to listen. "Are you drawn to that world?" Luan asked softly. "The light, the laughter, it makes your heart beat differently, doesn't it?" The mermaid hesitated, her fingers trembling in the water. "I don't know why. It just feels like something there is calling me." Luan smiled and handed her the brush. "You wanted to be near him because his world shone with a light you'd never seen." That wish to understand and draw close, that's how a heart begins to grow. But each time you reach toward something new, remember not to drift too far from yourself. The sea and the shore are only directions. Those who know how to love themselves will never be lost. If you could shape the world in your own way, Luan asked, what would your heart choose? The mermaid closed her eyes. Lanterns, his smile, her grandmother's arms, her sister's song. I still love that light, she whispered, but I want to learn not to lose myself in it. I want to see who I am, even just a little, and believe that even this version of me is worthy of love. Luan smiled. That's your voice. It's been there all along. You're just hearing it now. Together, they let the brush glide gently across the canvas, pink for the warmth of longing, blue for the breath of courage, gold for the quiet whisper, I'm still here. The grotto shimmered with soft light, as if a small sun had risen inside the sea. I still want to see the surface, she said, but this time I'll know why. Luan smiled. Go then. Every choice creates its own ripple, but as long as you know why you began, wherever you go, the sea will bless you. The mermaid looked up toward the surface. Light shimmered through the water, like the rhythm of her heart. She knew now. Some answers can only be learned by moving forward, and when you're ready to face what comes, the journey stops being scary. She swam upward through seagrass and bubbles. The surface glimmered again, but her heart was no longer torn. Whether or not the prince remembered that night, she would remember herself, the one who saves, creates, and sings. The surface drew nearer, and the future remained uncertain. Perhaps she would become sea foam, perhaps love would be returned, or perhaps she would simply live beneath the waves. But this time, she wasn't afraid. For whatever the ending might be, she was finally choosing it with herself included. Bubbles rose. Light shimmered through the sea. The ocean whispered back. The answer was always here. May every heart that seeks the light arrive with itself intact.